What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Among the Fins, my YouTube channel where I do music reviews. My name is Aaron. Today we're going to be checking out the new album from Spite titled Dedicated to Flesh, which is their fourth studio album. I first heard of this band with their debut album, which is their self-titled album back in 2016. I really liked what I heard, but honestly nothing really stood out to me all that much. Then they dropped Nothing Is Beautiful, which was an absolutely beautiful album, but they did start to become a little dull to my ears with the release The Root of All Evil. I feel like this band really needed something different. They needed to change it up a little bit to make themselves stand out in a genre that's already a little watered down. Then came along Josh Baby J Miller, who replaced Adam Pearce as the drummer of Amir, and he announced that he was leaving Amir and he was going to be joining Spite. Josh is a fantastic musician, and he's the mastermind behind most of the music of the band Darko, and I think this is exactly what Spite needed to spice things up a bit. Like, all the musicians in the band are super talented, but I think having a fresh perspective in songwriting will do a lot. And not only that, but just, I don't know, bringing new energy to the band, I think will help the band just all around. Plus, I really like Spite. I really like Josh a lot more than Amir. So, I mean, just this matchup seems too perfect to me. Lord of the Upside Down gets things started by setting the tone of this album, especially lyrically. The slow bassy intro with the staticky PA style vocals really give this kind of an ominous presence to it. The riff in the verse is absolutely fantastic, and it matches the various vocal stuff that's going on. The drum work sets the perfect foundation for all the music, and the bridge section, which I enjoyed a lot, gets kind of, it doesn't really get slow, but it quiets down a lot, but it still keeps that aggression and the presence going. Caved In comes in heavy with the explosive drums and riff. The vocals blend in really well with the lead guitar. The pre-chorus groove is absolutely insane and pummeling. The really low gutturals at the end are a really nice touch as well. The chorus makes you kind of want to sing along with it, I guess you could say, before it just goes crazy again with a build-up going into a breakdown. Then we have the song Proper One, which has nasty vocals with a really dynamic sounding drum section. The vocals are really just all over the place, making it feel like, I don't know, you're kind of surrounded in a way. And the breakdown is huge with a lot of space, but at the same time, it still feels really crowded while you're listening to it. Need to Pass is a really graphic song, and it matches the death metal vibes to the music really well. The drums are unrelenting until we get to the breakdown that has like this swirling guitar sound to it. Sounds pretty cool. The last half of this song has a really dynamic riff, and there's like a guitar solo fake out. I mean, I could have swore that a guitar solo was coming, but then you just get another breakdown. Then we have the song Some Things You Should Know. It has like this old school beat down kind of feel to it. The rhythm is super addicting. Mixing on the chorus is a nice touch, kind of panning like the chugs from left to right, back and forth a lot. The breakdown groove is insane, and it makes you want to get up and punch a wall, and it just never stops. I mean, this whole song is basically just pure aggression all the way through. Dedicated to Flesh comes in hot and heavy, like I feel like a title track song should. I love that they give the music a chance to stand on its own. You really just appreciate what they're doing and enjoy it and just mosh around. The drums and the guitar complement each other so well throughout the song, and the vocals are just non-stop. And the chorus, and they go through a lot of different styles and techniques. You just get a bunch of different stuff in there, and the openness and the outro and just the lyrics all together make it, I guess you could say, memorable. Then we have my favorite song, The Most Ugly, which has like this slow lo-fi style kind of intro. It's almost like a symphonic death metal thing that they're doing. And it builds up into a powerful riff and a yell. The vocals are extremely guttural, and the music is, dare I say, kind of progressive. The dissonance sounds so good with the low vocals, giving it that dissonance to it. And the main riff and groove remains pretty constant throughout this entire song. Like, it comes back in every time there's a hook, and it like gives you a pivoting point of familiarity in this song. And it's just, the rest of it's like an onslaught. So all this craziness is going on, you get this hook and you don't even realize it. And then that main riff comes back in. It's so good. It's 5 minutes long, but you just never want this to stop. And the outro is so dark thanks to the stomping riff and the unintelligible vocals. This is definitely, I feel like this is probably the best song that Spite has ever written. It really does have just a lot to it, even though they don't really experiment too much outside of their own box. I feel like this one is it. Then we have the song Fear, which has great syncopation in the intro. The only thing really changing in like the first minute of this song is the vocals, which is just so sick. The music eventually does change to like this slowed down, more open style of what we got before, and the breakdown in the song is heavy as balls. The song The Son of Dawn kind of reminds me a little bit of something that Harm's Way would do in the intro. I know a lot of people probably won't like that reference too much, but to me, I don't know, I kind of digged it. The first breakdown is super open with a lot of room to get your head banging. The guitar solo is very much unexpected, but fit the song really well, and it makes for a nice build-up going into the more brutal parts of the song. The outro has this really cool guitar like rhythm to it that reminds me of a more brutal version of In Waves by Trivium. I don't know. It's just, that rhythm part just sounded very familiar to me, and that's, I think, where it came from. And then we have the song Sounds for the Descent, which is just an instrumental part, maybe a little bit over a minute going into the song Hangman, which has a really cool dynamic guitar chord, and the intro sounds so good. Lots of dissonance. It makes it just sound like pure chaos in the verse. The first breakdown is really gnarly with some great vocal effects going on and some great guitar chugging. And I really liked the synth that was hanging out in the background. If you really listen to this song, there's like this synth that hangs out kind of in the middle section for about a minute. And it just adds this extra layer and this extra darkness to the song. The closing track, Crumble, builds up into the verse, which is super heavy and has lyrics that are basically saying that they're over all the shenanigans. The vocal layering is so good, and they use it in all the right ways. This definitely feels like a closing track once you realize that they've been holding back a lot of their energy, a lot of their anger, and a lot of their dissonance. This definitely feels like a completion for this album, which is honestly everything that I thought it would be and so much more. It's got tons and tons of heavy riffs to it and breakdowns. The drums and the bass have some of the best rhythm stuff that I feel like this band has ever written. The vocal delivery and choices are just so perfect. Bringing Josh on might not have been as impactful as I feel like and as much as I've voiced it to be. But honestly, I feel like bringing him into the band did enough to revive this band's sound into coming back into my rotation. Because I'm probably going to be listening to this album for the rest of the year. It's so freaking good. They did just enough to kind of stay within their genre and the mix of things that they've been doing. And I love how they use hardcore elements and deathcore stuff like back and forth, sometimes changing moment to moment within the same exact song. And I can't get enough of it. So with all that said, I gotta give Dedicated to Flesh by Spite a 8.9 out of 10. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that bringing Josh into the band has really done a whole lot? Or do you think that they still, I don't know, kind of sound the same, but they're still kicking ass, I guess you can say. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of Dedicated to Flesh. Let me know what you rate it. Let me know what your favorite song is. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. While you're down there, also let me know what you want me to review next. If you want to help support me and my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Doing any of that stuff helps me out tremendously. I know I say this a lot, but I really do appreciate you guys just, I don't know, taking time out of your day to even listen to me talk. Even if you don't like my video, or even if you really hated my video and you leave me a thumbs down and you tell me I suck, still, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me talk and leaving your opinion. And I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time.
I was